Czech Republic, 10 shocks of visiting the Czech Republic. I mean, I just come back a couple of weeks ago from Prague. I've also visited Český Krumlov. I wanted to visit also Brno, but I was just staying a week there, so I didn't make it time. I went to Vienna, I visited Bratislava as well. It was 2 weeks. I tried to visit as much as I could, but it was really, really fun. I really enjoyed my stay in the Czech Republic. I liked everything, actually. I liked each place that I've been to. I mean, it was an amazing experience. It was such a nice vacation. So yeah, let's check out the 10 shocks of visiting the Czech Republic. Let's go.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in Prague in the Czech Republic, one of the prettiest cities in the world. It is in my top 3 with Rome, Paris, and Prague. Those are my 3 favorite cities in Europe. And today what we have for you are 10 things that are going to shock you when you come to the Czech Republic, because this is a really cool country to visit, and I do highly recommend it. But let's get to the shocks, because that's what you're here for. The first thing that's going to shock you when you come to the Czech Republic is when you tell people, oh, I'm here in Eastern Europe. And the reaction you will get, the reaction you get.
I mean, I didn't talk to anyone, so.
From the local.
Bro, what is that? I haven't seen that. What the hell?
Look, this is not Eastern Europe. This is Central Europe. And they'll
Wow,
tell you,
so
look on a map,
Prague.
we're right in the center of Europe. And they do not appreciate it when you call them Eastern Europeans, or this is the East. So realize this is Central Europe, and you will win no friends by calling it Eastern Europe. Also, it's not Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia is separated, and now we have 2 countries, the Czech Republic and Slovakia.
Who is calling... What the hell? Who is calling Czechoslovakia still? What the hell?
Slovakia. So that's another little thing that you probably should know before you come, because you might get some strange looks from the locals if you use those 2 things. Now, my second shock I have for you is, look, usually when we think of Central Europeans, we think of this cold kind of, oh, no, you know, insensitive kind of person like that. Look, Czechs are awesome. They are so much fun. We've traveled around from Pilsen to Ostrava, having a great time with the people here. But the thing is, it's hard to get to know them. And you'll see in the service, you'll see that the service is kind of gruff and straightforward. Now in Prague, it's getting better. In other tourist places, getting better. There's tips and stuff like that. But sometimes you feel this kind of gruff, like, oh, these people, they don't smile. And why aren't they smiling? And why are they in such a beautiful country and beautiful people? Oh my goodness, the women and the men are good looking here. So hey, you can't beat that. The men's fashion, I'll talk about that later. But honestly, you will be shocked how nice and helpful the Czech can be if you ask them, and especially if you ask them in Czech. Now, realize that Czech is really tough, but if you learn a few words like děkuji, which is kind of like thank you, I know I messed it up, but
actually, funny story. When I first came back to Italy, you know, when I was at the airport, and then I don't remember, I think I got a coffee or something like that while I was waiting for my father to come pick me up. I went there to ask for a coffee. Instead of saying buongiorno, I said dobry den. And then the woman looked at me like, what? I said, oh my god, I'm confused. I said dobry den too many times that it got stuck in my head.
They're happy enough when I do that, or prosím, which is please, or pivo, which is beer. It does put a smile on their face, and I've seen that the
oh my god, the beer was the
really
best.
Helpful if you just try a little bit in Czech, so that does.
Fuck, I can still find the freaking Pilsner Urquell here in Italy. Oh my god, it was so fucking good.
Shock people that they seem so cold, but they can be so helpful and so friendly if you just try a little bit of Czech. Now, the third shock I have for you is how great the beer is here.
Yes.
And also how abundant the beer is here. Beer is everywhere, and it is an insanely great price.
Look at that
great
style.
Beer. My buddy and I, we went out the other night here in Prague, downtown. Had 4 half-liter beers. It was €5.27. Now, they use the krona here, but some places you can use euros as well. But I mean, you get insanely good beer for insanely good prices. So make sure you do.
That's the shit. That's the shit. Oh my god, that Pilsner is so good. I'm sure I've seen it in Italy before, but I don't remember in which supermarket they sell it. Oh my god, it was so good. One of my favorite beers ever, and I really love beer, so if I say that, you should trust me.
Try the beer when you are here. There's a lot of different kinds out there. You know, we went to Pilsen to go to the Pilsner Urquell Brewery. You can have that, but there's more beers than that around the country, so do check it out. And the people are very proud of their beer, and it's also a good way to get to know the locals.
They should be.
Is having a pivo with them and some snacks and have a good time with that. And that leads us into the fourth shock we have for you is those snacks. The stinkiest cheese you will ever smell is from from here in the Czech Republic. It's from the town called
I haven't tried it.
I mess up the word all the time, but you'll see it actually on some of the menus around the country where there's tourists, because it's kind of like one of those things that trick the tourists to try it, because it literally is the stinkiest cheese you can imagine. And then to add on to it, they put a little bit of onions on top as well. Oh man, I was in Ostrava visiting some friends of mine. They're like, oh Mark, you want to try something really Czech? Well, you need to have this. And they got me the cheese. And I mean, I took a few bites to be nice. I'm like, I can't do it, man. It's just too stinky. And one of my friends like, oh, I'll finish.
Bro, why nobody told me about it? I would definitely have tried it. What the hell? I love cheese.
And they love it. He loved it. So there is,
especially in Bratislava, I ate I think it was the gnocchi or something like that with the sheep cheese. I got some dishes with the sheep cheese. Oh my god, good. Fuck. I mean, goat, sheep, whatever animal you want me to give the cheese, I will eat it. Come on. Except human. I don't know why I pointed out.
With the shock of the stinky cheese is the shock of how good the food is here and how much they love their meat and potatoes. You will have a lot of meat. You know,
ooh, the goulash.
You can have great pork and great beef here.
But I actually didn't like too much this type of goulash, the one with the, I guess it's pumpkin, the sauce, right? There's another one that they give you like the sauce is a little bit on the darker side. That one, and it's not too sweet. Oh my god, that one was so good. I mean, even this one with the pumpkin sauce was really, really good. But I prefer the other one. And this, I don't know how you call this one, cranberry sauce or whatever. It's so good.
Just want to have it with the sauce. You're shocked at how good the sauces are. And the soups, a dill soup, man, you got to have that when you're here. It is so good. And the duck and dumplings galore. If you don't like dumplings, you're kind of out of luck here, okay? Because they love their dumplings. But you will be shocked about that really stinky cheese and all the good food you get to have here. Now, the fifth shock I have for you is how beautiful Prague is. I mean, people come to the Czech Republic and usually just visit Prague for a reason. I mean, this is their town hall. You've got Charles Bridge when you're on here with the statues on it, looking on Castle Hill, wandering the Jewish Quarter, seeing the fabulous architecture. There's so much beauty here in Prague that you really have to visit it. It is fantastic. And that's the thing is, people get shocked how wonderful it is. When they come here, they're like, wow, it is more beautiful than I imagined. And you really get that when you are here in Prague. Now, the sixth shock I have for you is to remember there is more than just Prague and the Czech Republic. Now, the thing is, people come in, they go to Prague, they fly in and they fly out. And they miss so much more of this country. Český Krumlov is this beautiful, like, tiny town you can go visit.
I agree. So, I mean, it's a long ride because I took the bus. It was like 3 hours ride, but it was definitely worth it. Nice day trip.
Pilsen. We were just in Pilsen doing the tour and seeing the city, walking around Pilsen. The St. Bartholomew Cathedral is cool. Going to the Pilsner Urquell Brewery. If you're a college student, you want to have a college student kind of fun, Ostrava is a good time. If you want to do a day trip from here, there's plenty of great, easy day trips. You can go to Karlstein, see Karlstein Castle. There's so much beauty around this country, natural beauty, that you should go out and explore more. And sometimes, yes, you do see the remnants of the communist era with the buildings and stuff like that, but it gives you more of a rich history of this amazing country. So make sure you do get out and explore more than just Prague. Granted, Prague is awesome, but do explore more than that. Now, the seventh thing that might shock you are the price differences. Now, I told you that you can get beer really cheap, but the price differences in different parts of the country, and the price difference even here in Prague, can be quite astounding, because you're going to have an affordable trip no matter where you go, but it can go from affordable to downright dirt cheap just based on the little towns you visit. I mean, going to a Pilsen or going to an Ostrava or Český Krumlov and things like that, the prices drop significantly in comparison.
Bro, what are you talking about? Český Krumlov was even more expensive than Prague, I think. I mean, when you go out to eat and stuff. No, I mean, yeah, I guess, right. When I was waiting for the bus to come back, there was like a little cafe that was super cheap. But the restaurants, I mean, of course, when you go to the really touristic place, it's gonna be expensive. So yeah, if you go probably in the city that I mean, I went to the city, the touristic side, of course, in Český Krumlov. But probably if you go into the city where it's not touristic, it's gonna be super cheap. I mean, I still remember the bus station was super cheap. So yeah, I think it's right. Sorry.
Comparison to Prague. But even in Prague, obviously on the town square, it's kind of expensive. And on the 5 streets that all the tourists walk on, those things are pretty expensive. But literally, if you just walk off a little bit into a little market stall, or you walk off into a little side street, the prices drop significantly. So if you feel like, wow, this doesn't seem like an affordable European vacation, you're just not going enough blocks away from the tourist part, because you will be shocked how the price differences can be so big. Like, from, you know, a little bit pricey to affordable to really, really cheap really quickly. Now, the 8th thing that might shock you when you are here are the little Czechisms. Like, if you meet those awesome Czechs at the bar and you cheers them, make sure you look them in the eyes. Otherwise, bad things will happen to you. And it is very important for the cheers in the eyes. There's a lot of these little Czechisms that a tourist wouldn't know, but you will find it really funny. And the thing is around the country, there's all these little fun things because the Czechs love their festivals, and there's tons of festivals that go on throughout the year. We were in Osterville at a student festival, and it was a great time. And you'll see, especially in the summer, there's tons of festivals you can go and visit. So ask around when you're coming here, hey, what's going on? We're here for the Christmas markets, having a good time with that. I mean, it is really a beautiful place, and the people really love their traditions, and they relive them. So if you're going to the villages and stuff like that for the festivals, you will see people dressing in traditional dresses and doing all these kind of things, having the traditional foods, and it is kind of cool, but make sure you always cheers with looking in the eyes. And there are some other little cool things.
I didn't know that.
If you go to Brno, which is in the south, it's on the train line between Prague and Vienna, you'll see, because, oh my God, look at that amazing church. And you'll get off the train there. They have mummies. There's mummies in the Czech Republic, and it is really cool to check out. And even here in Prague, there's funny little things. Like they've taken the tradition of bathing and made it Czech by having a beer bath. Yes, you can sign up to go to the beer spa here in Prague and have a bath and beer while you drink more beer. So check out some of these crazy little Czech things, because it is pretty fun to do, and it helps you enjoy this country even more.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was like it was called the husband daycare. You know, it was written like there was like a sign written, "Leave your husband here. We will treat him with beer," like a spa beer or something like that.
The 9th thing that's going to shock you when you come here is the Czech language, or the complete inability of you to figure out how you make those sounds with that many consonants in a row. It's like sometimes the Czech language is allergic to vowels, and you kind of look there and go, that sometimes Y rule for vowels really comes in handy here. And that's the thing is, as a tourist, you know, lots of times you might speak Spanish or German or something else, and that helps you with the language, like to read the menu and stuff like that. Ain't gonna happen here. Czech is a very different language. With, you know, the S with a hat on it, it's like a sh sound, you know, and you don't know that. You're a tourist, and it is really tough. So don't worry if you don't understand anything, and don't be shocked if you understand nothing in Czech, but do learn a few words, because like I said, if you just speak a few words in Czech, the prosím, the please, the qui, the thank you, I know I'm saying it kind of off, but it's close enough. Even so just people, beer really makes a big difference and opens the people up. But don't worry, you're gonna be you're gonna be out of luck in general. Also, I will say, if you're in Prague, you won't have much problem with not speaking Czech. You could go by in English, but a lot of other places around the country, not knowing anything but English can be a problem, but usually you will be fine, don't worry. But just know that Czech language is shockingly impossible to figure out for a tourist. Okay, and then the 10th shock that I have for you is not so much here in the winter time, but in the summertime. Older Czech men, like myself and older, do have a special kind of style sense. And a lot of times, how do I say this? They like to express the summer no matter where they are, yet be comfortable by having socks as well. And the 10th shock we have for you has to do with Czech fashion. One, Czech fashion, the women are beautiful. Oh, it's time for that to go off. But the men, they need some time to catch up with the Czech women, because the shocking fashion thing for Czech men is socks and sandals. Yes, the men do wear socks and sandals here in the summertime. In the winter, no. But in the summertime, they really do. And it is kind of shockingly funny. Yes, it's usually old guys like me and older, but don't be surprised if you see some sexy socks and sandals. But I'm gonna go enjoy the astronomical clock. I will see you all later. Have a great time here in the Czech Republic. God. It is amazing. You will be shocked how much you love this place, whether you just get to Prague or you explore much more. If you want to learn more, check us out on our website at Walter's World.
Was really nice, especially the astronomical clock tower. It was a nice show. Really. I really enjoyed my vacation. I hope someday I can go back and visit more of the Czech Republic besides Prague. I mean, there's still lots of things that I haven't seen in Prague, so I definitely want to come back. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you want me to check out more stuff about the Czech Republic, let me know down in the comments, and I wish you all a lovely weekend.